Guys, stop what you're doing. If you thought the world of first-person shooters was getting, dare I say, a little predictable, you are about to have your mind blown. 2025 and 2026 are not just bringing new FPS games, they're bringing an FPS renaissance. We're talking next-gen tactical realism, mind-bending bullet time powers, pure 90s retro mayhem, and games where you literally manage a spaceship with your friends. Get ready. These are the 11 best new FPS games you need to know about right now. Let's go. At number 1, we have Arena Breakout Infinite. Now, if you've been craving that hardcore, realistic tactical experience but want something with a bit more accessibility than, say, Tarkov, this free-to-play gem is it. This game is all about the thrill of the extraction. You're raiding, you're shooting, you're looting, and you're surviving across 5 incredibly distinct maps. But here's where it gets wild. Over 900 weapon mods and 20 attachment slots. You can truly build your dream gun from the ground up. It's a perfect blend of realism and smart quality of life features, like one-tap loadouts, so you spend less time menu diving and more time strategizing your escape. Plus, they've got a robust anti-cheat system that actually compensates you for lost loot if you run into a cheater. That's a level of commitment you don't often see. With regular updates and even Cyberpunk 2077 crossovers, Arena Breakout Infinite is a free game that feels anything but. Get ready to lose yourself in it. Alright, from hardcore extraction to something entirely different, prepare to launch into Jump Space, formerly Jump Ship. This game is a cooperative PvE shooter that puts you and up to 3 friends into the cockpit, and then outside of your very own spaceship. Imagine this, you're part of a crew, seamlessly transitioning from piloting your ship through asteroid fields, to boarding an enemy vessel, to even spacewalking for repairs. It's a mission-based roguelike with randomized elements, so every playthrough feels fresh and unpredictable. You're not just shooting, you're managing your ship, upgrading systems, and making crucial decisions about your route through the galaxy. The devs themselves describe it as an interactive chat room and a fun space-themed co-op experience, and honestly, that's exactly what it feels like. Perfect for kicking back with your squad and living out those Firefly or Star Trek fantasies. It entered early access on PC and Xbox Series S in September 2025, so you can jump in right now. Speaking of high stakes and survival, next up we have Lost Rift from the masterminds at People Can Fly. Yes, the Outriders and Bulletstorm folks. This is a first-person survival shooter adventure that brilliantly merges base-building PvE with absolutely tense PvP-PvE extraction missions. Set on the mysterious archipelago of Pioneer London, you can go solo or team up with up to 5 players. You'll gather resources, craft, build up your camp, and then embark on expeditions into unstable zones where other players are also hunting for loot. Think dynamic PvE challenges, dangerous wildlife, creepy caves with shifting lights, all while keeping an eye out for enemy players trying to snatch your hard-earned high-tier loot. It's an open-world blend of survival, shooting, crafting, and exploration that really forces you to strategize. What route will you take? How much risk are you willing to shoulder? Lost Rift hit early access on Steam around September 2025, and it's shaping up to be a unique entry in the extraction shooter space. Alright, let's take a hard left turn from realism and class-based combat straight into a retro-infused pixel art explosion with Petaka. This sci-fi first-person shooter powered by Deadzone is a vibrant, chaotic love letter to classic shooters. You play as Petaka, an angry amnesiac on a quest to regain his memory by warping through multiple universes. And trust me, these universes are colorful. We're talking NES-like cartoony graphics, awesome chiptune music, and weapons with alternate firing modes that just feel good to shoot. With over 20 enemy types, power-ups like Time Freeze and God Mode, and 3 difficulty settings, it's pure, unadulterated, old-school fun. If you grew up blasting demons in Doom or marveling at vibrant 8-bit worlds, Petaka, which saw its full release on Steam in September 2025, is going to bring a massive smile to your face. It's got that fast-paced pick-up-and-play energy that's perfect for a quick, satisfying blast. Staying in the pixelated realm but dialing up the dread, we have Moros Protocol. This is a pixel-painted sci-fi FPS roguelite that delivers a truly haunting experience. You wake up on the decaying warship the Orpheus, lost in deep space and absolutely infested with horrific enemies, and you have no memory. Sound familiar? Good, because this game takes that classic sci-fi horror vibe and injects it with a highly addictive roguelite loop. Death isn't the end, it's just another chance to get stronger, upgrade your abilities, and slowly uncover the chilling story behind the ship's demise. The pixel art style perfectly complements the dark, claustrophobic atmosphere, creating a unique visual identity. Released in Q3 2025 on PC via Steam and GOG, Moros Protocol is for those who love their runs challenging, their upgrades adaptive, and their sci-fi horror with a distinct artistic edge. And if you can't get enough of that roguelike goodness, but want it with a dash of cross-platform co-op and elemental chaos, then Deadzone Rogue is calling your name. Set aboard ISS X, a space station overrun by rogue biomechanical creatures. This game throws hordes of enemies at you, and you get to blast them with over 30 elemental upgradable weapons and powerful augments. What makes it interesting is that each encounter starts in stealth mode, allowing you to plan your attacks before the chaos erupts. You can play solo or online with up to 3 players, and yes, it's cross-platform on PS5, Xbox Series, and PC, which is a huge plus. You'll fight, die, revive, and repeat, growing stronger with permanent upgrades while uncovering the station's dark mystery. With intense boss battles and satisfying gunplay, Deadzone Rogue, released September 3rd, 2025, is a fantastic, if somewhat short, blast of roguelite fun with endless replayability in its specialty modes. From gritty sci-fi, we're now swinging into a completely different aesthetic with I Am Sakuya FPS Lunarian Invasion. If you like your first-person shooters with a side of anime, bullet hell, and time manipulation, then this one's for you. Released on September 22nd, 2025, this is a fully 3D FPS based on the Toho Project fangame theme. You'll be fighting through 10 beautifully rendered levels, taking on adorable enemies and challenging bosses with a diverse arsenal of weapons. But the real game changer here is Sakuya's unique ability to stop time. Imagine freezing a chaotic bullet hell onslaught, strategically repositioning, and then unleashing a barrage of your own. It requires skilled play, combining traditional FPS mechanics with intense bullet hell dodging. If you appreciate unique art styles, anime charm, and a challenging single-player experience that puts a fresh spin on classic FPS, I Am Sakuya FPS on Steam is an absolute must-see. Alright, let's get weird, like fungus-infested galaxy weird, with Mycopunk. This is a hyper-customizable mission-based cooperative shooter where you lead a ragtag squad of odd robots hired by the Saxon Corporation. Your mission? Eliminate a deadly fungal menace plaguing the galaxy. Sound straightforward? Not when your line manager's a cockroach. This game is all about chaotic fun, advanced futuristic weaponry that you can upgrade in a unique grid-based system, and synergistic robot abilities. You'll be battling fungus-infected monstrosities, collecting resources, and executing strategic co-op combat that feels both challenging and hilariously enjoyable. Mycopunk feels like a spiritual successor to games that embrace creative chaos and over-the-top sci-fi action, perfect for a group of friends looking for a wild, customizable co-op ride. You want old school, you want brutal, you want the 90s back with a vengeance, then you want HYPERVIOLENT. This game is a brutal, fast-paced FPS inspired by classic sprite-based 3D titles like System Shock and Descent, and it just came out of early access in September 2025. Set on a remote mining colony that succumbed to a violent outbreak, you're responding to a distress signal, and what you find is pure sci-fi horror. This isn't just about shooting, it's about atmosphere, uncovering a dark mystery, and surviving hordes of monstrous enemies in chilling detail. With handcrafted pixel art, the ability to dual-wield almost any weapon combination, 14 detailed areas, 19 enemy types, and 5 bosses, this game is a love letter to the glory days of FPS. Plus, it even boasts multiplayer support for up to 30 players. If you crave that visceral, unapologetic retro FPS action, HYPERVIOLENT on PC is going to scratch that nostalgic itch and then some. Get ready to unleash your inner battle android, because at number 11, we have Metal Eden. Released on September 2, 2025, this sci-fi FPS from Raycon Games, and published by Deep Silver, is pure adrenaline, mobility, and cybernetic warfare. You play as Asuka, a hyper-unit battle android sent to the monolithic orbital city Mobius to rescue human consciousness cores. And trust me, getting there is half the fun. This game is all about speed and movement. Think Titanfall meets Mirror's Edge with a dash of Cyberpunk 2077 style. You'll be grappling, jetpacking, wall jumping, and even transforming into a high-speed rolling ball for combat. Hijack enemy cores for health boosts and super punch attacks, upgrade your weapons, dive into a skill tree, and slow time with a bullet time mechanic. The story is deep, the action is nonstop, and while some say it can be a bit short, the sheer joy of its fluid and acrobatic combat on PS5, Xbox Series, and PC makes Metal Eden an absolute blast. Which of these titles are you most hyped for? Did I miss your personal most anticipated FPS? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want to stay ahead of the curve on all things gaming, hit that like button, subscribe for more awesome content, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a future forecast. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.